He knew of it was when armed men appeared at Simferopol airport. Some Russians claimed they were a self-defense group, but their uniforms and kit told another story of a regular military force taking an important objective. Other key airfields got the same treatment, at Belbek near Sevastopol and at Novofedrivka. In Balaklava Bay, meanwhile, a Russian corvette took station blocking the harbour and naval infantry surrounded the Ukrainian Coast Guard base. For a while, Russia maintained the fiction that the boots on the ground belonged to those self-defense groups, anxious to secure the peninsula from invasion by Ukrainian extremists.
I'm
not sure who they are, just armed people, but they helped us to establish security. They took the territory under control. We moved further away, and since morning they have been patrolling the area.
But by the afternoon things were becoming clearer. With Belbek, the main Ukrainian fighter station in Crimea, secured, the way was clear to fly in reinforcements from Russia. More than a dozen Russian helicopters flew at treetop height to Novofedrivka airfield. Fixed-wing transport planes reportedly landed at Simferopol. Then a ground column of APCs rushed out from their Sevastopol base. Their command vehicle had to be towed out. At this point, the Russian Foreign Ministry confirmed that its troops had left the naval base area recognised by international treaty and were entering Ukraine proper, heading for Simferopol. The fiction that this was not a Russian state intervention was dissolving. In Rostov, meanwhile, over the Russian border, Ukraine's ousted president Viktor Yanukovych appeared publicly for the first time to insist that the office was still his by right and that nobody was about to divide up his country.
I want to say it over and over again and add that I am radically against military intervention in Ukraine and the violation of territorial integrity of Ukraine as a sovereign government.
If Russia wants to separate Crimea from the Ukraine, it now has various options. The 7th Airborne Division based at Novorossiysk could provide the high readiness troops to reinforce Crimea. Garrisons at Anapa and Maikop could also send in troops. The Ukrainians, meanwhile, have little close at hand to oppose them. The 4 brigades it has near to the Crimea would take days to organise and move there. As for options short of intervention on that scale, the precedents of Moldova, Abkhazia and South Ossetia are there for local Russians to organise armed groups, with Russian troops being cast in the role of peacekeepers.